Hello everyone, today for the news to relay, I've just recently purchased an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4. They're pending shipment. I purchased them in order to invest in my channel, and I've also purchased a copious amount of games to coincide with purchasing the new consoles. For instance, I purchased Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Just Dance 2014, Killer Instinct, the Combo Breaker Pack, Spider-Man 2, Rise, Metal Gear Solid 5. I got Infamous Second Son, Project Spark, the Donkey Kong game for the Wii U. I also purchased a slew of other games that I've neglected to mention. So I purchased 8th generation video games so that I could create content that's up to par with the majority of video game content creators. Earlier, I was playing Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 video games. The videos I spawned were of my PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 gameplay moments. Now that I have newer games and newer consoles, I'm going to be able to archive my footage derived from my 8th generation consoles. And I also purchased newer games that were released relatively recently, so the games I'm playing are not very antiquated. In the past, I was playing games that were over half a decade old, or at least 3 years old, but now I'm transitioning to playing newer games. If this flops, if this goes awry, if I'm unable to garner the viewership that I hope, then I would have incurred an enormous loss on this investment. But unfortunately, all businesses require startup costs, and even if you buy everything at a discount, it's still extremely expensive. I try to haggle. I strive not to splurge. I abstain from buying until Black Friday. Despite purchasing nearly everything around this time period, it still costed me more than I would have preferred to spend. But these games are not for free, so that's the cost in order to enter the business. If you want to penetrate through into the market, you're going to have to purchase hardware and software products that are at least close to being on par with your competitors. I'll never be able to keep up with everybody else because I don't have the financial resources. And even in a hypothetical situation, if I was a billionaire, and if I had financial stability, and if I had subsistence, I just don't think that those products warrant the premium prices they command. And once you have subsistence, you need to strive to maintain it. In other words, if you own a one-bedroom condo, you're still going to have to pay your maintenance, your utilities, and other expenses indefinitely, such as car insurance. So the bills never cease to end, where the invoices never cease to end. If you want to be a property owner, then you're leasing your property from the school district because you'll perpetually need to pay property tax. What else? Even if you own a property, you may need to pay $300 or $400 in maintenance a month. So you'll perpetually need to work in order to finance your lifestyle. Unfortunately, there's no way around it because everything is now commoditized. Fortunately, they haven't charged for oxygen yet, but they may monetize that in the future. So that want to contribute to economic productivity. When you charge for commodities, it lowers standards of living. Well, if you amplify prices, the lower standards of living. But if you decrease prices, it amplifies standards of living. But increase in prices connotes with decrease in standards of living. But in a deflationary collapse, standards of living amongst the middle class or amongst consumers with less income than the middle class will drastically improve. And even for the upper echelon, standards of living would improve as well if deflation were to transpire. Why? Because you can gain more products with less money. During an inflationary collapse, everybody's adversely affected. If you have saved your money, because you're gaining less with more. In other words, you have to sacrifice more resources in order to acquire less. So there's no need for me to provide you insight about economics. The whole point of this video was just to articulate that I am going to institute major changes on my channel, and these changes will be implemented. After the arrival of my Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and newer games. Once those games have arrived, then I can concentrate on spawning a copious amount of new videos pertaining to my Let's Play / playthroughs and walkthroughs of those video games. In the meantime, I am burdened with a plethora of assignments that I need to complete. Being a full-time doctoral student is strenuous, it's arduous, and it takes a hefty toll on your body. However, I do have a break for nearly a month, starting on either December 16th, 17th, or 18th. During that time frame, from the second half of December to the first half of January, I do not have to take any courses. Fortunately, I have a winter break during that time frame. I'm going to utilize that winter break to move to the next phase in my life, which entails seldomly recording my gameplay footage of 8th generation video games. And by moving on to this next phase, I can enhance the value of my content, since now it will be newer, more vibrant, and more captivating than ever before. So I'm done informing you about what is apt to transpire. I do not know what will be brought to fruition in the future. Hopefully my products will not malfunction upon being utilized. But the future is an enigma. The future is precarious. The future is obscure. The future is uncertain. So I can only forecast the future, but I never will truly know what will transpire until after the events occur. I hope you found this video to be intriguing and stupendous. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.